If you don't know, you damn sure should know. My name is Chael Sonnen. I destroyed Anderson Silva. I am giving him the opportunity to redeem himself. How you break your face, man? How you break your face, man? Why you break your face?
Well, it was nice to see the real Anderson come through. You know, the guy's a dirtbag, as I've told you for years, and it was nice to see it finally come through.
Nike's got a long history of signing dorks, and it looks to me like they just got one more. When somebody's going to bring it to a halt because they're a brat, you know, he's with Nike. Nike should change their motto with John Jones to just do nothing.
Look, I think everybody up here is grateful to be on Fox. They'd probably say, Fox, thanks. Everybody but me. I would say, Fox, you're welcome. You've been telling people for years you've got the American Idol, and now you finally do.
I mean, everyone says, you know what, Sonnen's a nice guy.
Well, they told you wrong.
No, they didn't.
I may look nice, but it's just a disguise. I am candy-coated poison, my friend. Trust me. You know, Vitor Belfort calls me out. That's no problem, Vitor. I will stomp you just as sure as I'll do this interview today. You mean nothing to me, okay? You want to fight me? Let's fight. Got that, Vitor? You challenged me. I accept your challenge, stupid. Now what are you going to do? Nothing, are you? You just said it because you knew my plate was full. Wrong. I will stomp you.
Anderson Silva, you absolutely suck.
The guy's delusional. The guy has mental problems.
I will slap his manager.
Anderson says he's never been this ready for a fight. He says the front row should bring raincoats because he's going Gallagher on Chael's head. He says he's going to eat Chael's face like he was on bath salts. Then he made a chomping sound like nom nom nom. Okay, now he's saying that he's going to use Chael's body as a marionette after the fight and reenact the warehouse scene from Footloose. Shut up, you 8-ton sack of Brazilian crap. The real champ is here to put this whole thing to rest. Everybody knows you speak perfect English, so why don't you quit with the no speak I haven't hit puberty Justin Bieber on helium act and stop hiding behind Kyle Gass. You're right, Chael. I do speak perfect English. And on set. I wasn't finished talking. Wait for your turn like a good little boy and let Papa Sonnen tell you a bedtime story. Once upon a time, you absolutely suck. The end. If you want to see another tall tale, go rent Like Water from the fantasy section of your local video store, which you probably still have since your country's as advanced as the land before time. I'm done with your stupid show, Max Payne 3. I'll be back July 4th to show Andy here what a real holiday is all about, and if he's not too busy dressing up like his favorite member of NSYNC, maybe he'll stop by and tell you more lies about what's going down on July 7th. I'm out of here. Congratulations for having me on the show.
I hope my comments have been received negatively. I hope it offends you. If you tell me it did, that will warm my heart.
You know, I appreciate that, and I actually held public office, and I left the only way a person should, in handcuffs.
His reputation is expanding faster than the universe. He once had an awkward moment, just to see how it feels. He lives vicariously through himself. He is the most interesting man in the world.
We don't have to fight. I issued him, in writing, I sent it over my demands. He leave the UFC for no less than 12 months. He issue an apology to the fans. Simple things. And he erect a statue in my likeness in his living room that he bowed to each evening. I don't care. I'm like a wounded animal. If you back me in the corner, I'll do anything to get out of it.
A disclaimer has been made. My conscience is clear. If you show up, it's on your hands. This is where these Brazilians find out, you know. A triangle choke is the refuge of cowards. I put Anderson Silva out for a year, and when I'm done with that, I'm going to put GSP out for a decade.
Paint your face up like Mike Tyson, gain 100 pounds, sit in the second row, and talk about when you meant something to the world because your time has passed. Welcome to 2000 and Chael.
Travis Brown will fight for the title in 2012.
Could you imagine? Are we live?
We are live.
No, what title? UFC title?
Yes.
No, Sal.
Anybody that tells you bad guys don't win never met Chael Sonnen.
Guys like Lyoto Machida and even Quentin Jackson. Did you get a chance to hear
No respect for 205, huh? You got that right.
Boy, Anderson, if I want your opinion, I will beat it out of you.
He tried to talk down to me like I'm Vitor Belfort. I passed his guard repeatedly. I expected more resistance.
You know, I don't know if that was an advantage or a disadvantage. You know, eventually, he's on his back long enough that he finally figured out what to do down there.
Fans love submissions, or fans love two guys that bang, whatever that means.
Frank destroys Nogueira. He destroys him. Nogueira says, I have a staph infection. Whatever that means, I have a staph infection is so irrelevant. That's like saying I just got a haircut. It means nothing. So he says, let's do it again. And like a true gangster, Frank Mir says, okay.
You know, I have friends on the card. I have fighters who are scratching and clawing their way through the undercards, through the prelims, even the main card guys that have their whole future depends on the check that they were going to earn for doing their job next week. That's all been taken away from them because one selfish brat didn't want to go in there and fight.
Yeah, well, listen, I believe that I'm the true champion. This is a true UFC belt. This was Anderson Silva's belt. I took his belt like a gangster in the night. I walked in and took it like a welcher on a football bet, okay? If he wants his belt back, he can come and get it.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Silva the champ?
Yeah, I will correct you. You are wrong.
And I think it's an embarrassment to the sport and to himself that he'd come around with that fake belt when the entire world watched me defeat him on live TV.
The real champion sits before you today, undefeated and undisputed.
Well, listen, what can I do? I'm the baddest sumbitch God ever made. What can I do other than stick a finger in the world's biggest bully's face?
January 28th, Mark Munoz, Palmeiras, I need your support. Then I will come to Brazil. It will be champion versus champion. It will be Palmeiras versus Corinthians. It will be the end of Anderson Silva.
And on Saturday night, it's going to be one more in the win column, one more for the highlight reel, and one more for the bad guy.
No, I'm sore, tired, under the weather, overtrained, undermotivated, and still tough enough to beat this guy.
And how does it feel as far as now that you're in the home stretch?
Well, I don't fully know what respect means. That sounds like something a kid says in the street after he's getting ready to take your coat and shoes.
I don't offer an apology for any of that stuff, and these guys need to get thicker skin.
And secondly, you know, I don't plan for any of that stuff. I hear guys talk about game plans and footwork and strategy with their coaches and their gold teeth and their 8th grade educations, and I don't care about any of that. I am, you know, Mark Munoz is going to find out, and I do like him, but never piss off a gangster.
Well, I forgive Vitor. He's a fool. He knows not what he says. Can't hold a fool accountable because he got a little stupid in the media one time. Maybe you could give Vitor a couple of messages for me. First off, if my name comes out of his mouth again, I will bury him where he stands. And second off, tell Vitor to meet me at the hotel in 30 minutes because Daddy's got a plane to catch and I'm summoning him to carry my luggage.
I will walk through anything he does and go get stitched up at the end of the night.
I'm not fighting him at the MGM. I'm not fighting him in Chicago. I'm fighting him in the Octagon, and they can set that sumbitch up wherever they want. When my music hits those speakers, I'll make that walk, and I will stomp him for 5 full rounds. Again.
As you know, I've recently become the #1 contender, which is a position that respectfully and immediately I am resigning from. I wish no further confrontation with you in the Octagon or through the media. In short, I surrender. Signed, your friend, Chael P. Sonnen. P.S. I changed my mind. Anderson, you kiss my ass.
I can't wait to teach these young fighters the fundamentals of... You can't wait to teach these young fighters the fundamentals of shut your mouth.
If Brock Lesnar was here right now, I'd take my boot off and throw it at him, and he better polish it up before he brings it back to me. That guy comes around here talking about he's the baddest guy in the UFC? Hey, Brock, quit eating so many raw eggs and doing push-ups because it's affecting your realm on reality. Are you kidding me? I'd slap you in your face and you wouldn't do anything about it, Brock. No, but I I'm Brock Lesnar. I got this $5 haircut and a knife tattooed on my chest. Well, I'll shove it up through your face if you get in Chael Sonnen's way.
I got 2 national championship plaques on my wall that says I can take him down. I got a silver medal from the World Championships in 2001 that says he can't stop me from taking him down.
Hey, Chael, I'm a big fan.
Well, then you're a wise man. Continue.
As a public service, yes, I will burn Black House down.
Well, the holiday seasons have come to an end, and I can tell you, I didn't ask for anything for myself this year, but I certainly hope a few of my UFC counterparts got what they needed. For example, Lyoto Machida, who's known to drink his first urine every morning, I'd really like to see him get a big, strong bottle of Listerine. Wanderlei Silva, hopefully that subscription to Washed Up Fighters magazine, along with that rocking chair, came in under your tree. And for you, Anderson, well, we all hope that you got that shiny new spine.
I'm a genius.
I am a gangster. The only resentment and confusion I have is the implication like they've got dentists on every other block in Brazil. You know, there's something wrong with your tooth in Brazil. Some witch doctor waves a fish bone in front of your face.
Anderson Silva, live from the asshole of the world, the people's chump. Anderson, how you doing?
Is it your son?
Nobody gives a shit. Who we got next?
You can talk all you want, Chael, but I've taught Anderson a new technique.
Yeah, that's great, Sensei. I'd love to chat with you, but I'm sure you've got a buffet to go to or a straight-to-DVD Walmart premiere to attend. All right, I'm done with this stupid show. Buy my book. It's the greatest thing that's ever happened to you. Here's a viewer comment. I'm sure it absolutely sucks.
They love me in Brazil. You know, you want to come around me talking that crap, I'll smack you down so fast. You know, you think you had problems with Ryan Bader. You know, don't even try that stuff with some of us that have, you know, kicked and scratched and clawed while you've been eating at the trough for years.
Man, I'm from the mean streets of Westland, Oregon.
But I got no problem slapping Anderson around again just for fun, just for laughs, just to entertain myself.
You are an immigrant from Brazil. I am a gangster from America. Are you sure you want to play that game with me? Listen, Wanderlei, I will do a home invasion on you. I will cut the power to your house, and the next thing you hear will be me climbing up your stairs in a pair of night vision goggles I bought in the back of Soldier of Fortune magazine.
Sonnen Griffin 2, champion versus champion. The mouth versus the ape. Triangle versus my neck.
Have you considered moving up to 205?
Yeah, I have, but I mean, what's the point? It's the easiest weight class in all of combat sports. You win the belt there. What's the difference? You might as well just go in the garage with a few of your buddies and proclaim somebody champion. That's basically what they did. The cowards at 205.
This isn't 1984, Iron Sheik versus Sergeant Slaughter. I'm not walking to the ring in curled up boots looking for a camel's clutch.
And some of these guys think it's respectful to bow to your face and put a knife in your back when you turn around. I will tell you to your face that when you turn around, I'm going to put a knife in your back. And then I will.
Have you considered either brushing up in your Portuguese or getting...
And if anyone had explained to me that stops the bout in its entirety, I would not have tapped.
So really it's been more about just educating yourself on the rules this time around? And...
It was a complete misunderstanding.
But this time, no misunderstanding?
Now I get it. I'd never been in a 5-round fight, so it was new. I just didn't know. You guys should remember that.
Chael Sonnen will be the coach.
All yourself.
Chael Sonnen is going to take half of these young men and teach them to be fighters, and John Jones is going to take half of these young men and teach them to be selfish.
Say something about Brian Stann? Why? You think I'm going to get in this guy's head? This guy went to enemy territory, put on a pack of 80 pounds in 120-degree heat, and took on a tank. You think he's afraid of me? He's not afraid of 5 of me, and I would never disrespect him by pretending that he would be.
You want to know who would get us out of this recession is Dana White. He truly would. Dana does something that no other president does, and that is he goes straight to the people and he tells them the truth. Dana had a tremendous frustration from his boxing background, and one of the things when he came over to MMA that he said he's not going to do is he's not going to be a promoter that hides things or sugarcoats things or covers anything up. He comes out, he talks straight. If every CEO on Wall Street, if every president on Wall Street came out and did that, told you what you did at the live gate, told you where you were going, told you where the vision was, and came straight to the people, the stock market would soar. People need to learn from Dana White. If I could read 3 books by Warren Buffett or 1 by Dana White, I'd read Dana's. I suggest you guys do the same.